And I'm going to try to keep my feedback fairly reasonable. I have already asserted my feedback into the partner program, but here's the thing. I am not the only one asserting my feedback to this partner program. I'm actually seeing there's a lot of new people in the partner program, and welcome to them, by the way. They've all been lovely people, and it's great to have them in there. I've been educated by some of the people and stuff I wasn't aware of. I've had people go in and make fantastic points related to stuff I hadn't even thought about, so it's good to have these new members in there. And I'm especially glad today to have new members in the partner program that are able to back up some points that I think are significantly poorly implemented. My feedback to them was this was a terrible implementation and wasn't very well thought through. So I'm going to try to explain what's going on, and I'm going to do it from just a logistical standpoint, so that way people that even don't play the game can maybe understand and enjoy the story, and the people that do play the game will understand why this is an issue. So I'm going to just cut to the chase. Players currently in a clan can now apply to a new clan without leaving their current clan. If accepted to the new clan, they will automatically leave the old one and join the new one. So this right here is the problem. What this does not state is that the 12-hour cooldown was removed, and this effectively allows any person to join any clan at any time. Now, while this is done in a list of quality of life improvements, most of the other ones are totally fine, like adventurers can just join a shadow now. You don't have to do this whole stupid signet system. While that quality of life is perfectly fine, there is a how to put this? There is unfortunate consequence of this quality of life being implemented to the game. What this actually means is because anyone at any time can go from one clan to another, this effectively, in my humble take, ruins the cycle of strife entirely. The cycle of strife is already a pain point in the game. In my personal opinion, is a drama-filled mess that the rewards do not match the effort, both socially and in-game, in order to receive those rewards. Now, this system has become, in my opinion, more toxic, and I know it's an overused buzzword, but I do think it's the correct terminology for this, as now what can happen is entire clan rosters can swap, and I'll explain why that's a problem. Assume you for a moment that this nicely, well harder, by the way, phone case, purchase it now on my Teespring. This right here is Clan A, this right here is Clan B, and all of the strong players are in Clan A. Well, here's the teams getting ready to fight in the cycle of strife. The Immortals are like, hey, I'm going to send my defenses against Clan A. They are the strong team. 15 seconds before the Rite of the Exile goes, all players from this clan, let's say all 99 other than the leader, swap to this clan, and all 99 from this one swap to this clan. Now, I understand not all 99 players can be the Rite of the Exile. Before the extravagant point to be made, that could factually happen literally seconds before the Rite of the Exile, making it impossible and working around the system the Immortals have in place in order to defend, and this could effectively end reigns early, which are fine. I don't have an issue with the Shadows becoming stronger versus the Immortals. I have a problem with which the design implement gives them an unintended advantage as the Shadows in a system where it's designed the Immortals are in fact supposed to have that advantage. On top of that, that means that now what matters in the cycle of strife is Discord organization, which means as an Immortal, if you are min-maxing trying to do the longest reign, you basically need spies in the Discord in order to understand where the players are going, which raises more toxicity into the game. Now, this is not EVE Echoes or EVE Online, for instance, where spies and figuring out where the forces are and all that should be part of the game. This is a mobile game that is a fairly casual mobile game that is pay to win, and there's already issues associated with the PvP. It is my argument to this day that the cycle of strife is fairly unenjoyable for the vast majority of players, and only the people really at the upper echelon of the Immortal system will get to enjoy this. Now, unfortunately, all of this min-maxing and swapping around the clans does not just stop at the Immortal. I've laid out the reasons, and other people in the partner program have been perfectly laying out the reasons as well, and I'm proud of them for doing it, as to why this is an issue. Now, currently, if you're wondering how it is currently implemented, there is a 12-hour cooldown, meaning that you have 12 hours as the Immortal. When you see Shadows leaving their clan and joining another clan, you have time to figure out where exactly they're going, or at least the people that are missing from other clans. This system literally requires you to not even have to leave the clan. In fact, if you look here, players currently in a clan can now apply to a new clan without leaving their current clan. This gives another level of deception to this, meaning it is impossible to tell if people are in fact doing this strategy without some sort of Discord spy, which will only create toxicity within these individual clan communities. That is the only outcome of this actual change. I understand this was done for a quality of life, to make it easier to swap clans. That will not be the output, even though that was the intended input. Now, if we talk about one other issue that is related to this, if we go back to the patch notes here and we actually look at the accursed tower system, etc., this is exceptionally poorly implemented. But not the tower system in general, but combined with the new system. So now there are 2 towers at a time, and you can, as a clan, own 2 towers. Well, if you already own these 2 towers and defense times are scheduled, etc., you could basically do the same thing when it comes to defending or owning these towers with different players. You could make multiple clans. You could swap players literally instantly to defeat the own clans attacking you. Let me break it down this way. Okay, so in order to attack a clan, let's say the strongest clan on your server owns a tower. In order to be able to challenge that clan, you have to beat all the other clans that are attempting to challenge that tower as well. Well, if you can leave at any time, you can see the people that are attempting to challenge you. I have 3 clans that are attempting to challenge you. You can attempt to challenge yourself with your secondary clan, instantly swap all of your wells over to that for the battle, have them defeat all of the other clans, lose your tower back to yourself when you fight yourself, and then literally swap right back to your clan and continue to own the tower. I don't think they realize, unless there's some, again, there could be some logistics about why that won't work that have not been explained. But from the way I'm reading the rules, this is 100% abusable and is basically Cycle of Strife on steroids. If they actually go through with this implementation. This is my strongest feedback I can send, that a 12-hour cooldown, in my opinion, was the minimum required in order to alleviate these issues. I could be totally wrong here, but based upon the other feedback I'm seeing as well, I'm seeing people that are already addressing how the right of exile and some other toxic points could be coming up based upon this implementation of having no cooldown, especially the part where you don't even have to leave a clan, so that way you can do it instantly from clan to clan to clan. I don't see any downside of attempting to defend yourself by fighting against your own tower, for instance. I really don't see how this wasn't realized. I could be wrong. Again, there could be some tower logistics as to why this doesn't work, but just a casual cursory glance at the tower system already opens up, in my mind, multiple ways to either completely troll enemies' towers. Imagine if you were strong enough to win against your own tower and at the same time make a new clan just to take away other people's towers at the same time. If you're one of those type of clans, you could do that with the implementation of this system. And I think this is poorly going to be implemented. I think it's poorly going to affect the community involved. And I would imagine this is going to both split up clans, create drama, and really add more of what was the problem in Immortal to begin with. Honestly, Veltshot, Chosen, all my friends that quit the game, a large part of the reason they quit the game was because of the clan system, because of how the clan system honestly is not exciting to participate in, and more times than not is more of a pain in the butt than to actually participate in. So myself, I actually quit on my own clan and I'm joined the strong clan on the server just so I can try out the new content and get carried, because I'm not going to manage a clan or do any of that stuff anymore because of problems like this will arise. And if we were still managing a clan and all my boys were still here and we were still going, this right here would make us spend hours and hours and hours inside of the game in order to figure out stuff that literally is outside of the game in order to make inside of the game gameplay actually work. This is stupid, and in my opinion, unless I'm misunderstanding the way this works. But the clarity, by the way, we have clarity straight from Blizzard. So if you're wondering, the clarity from them is during, we all send feedback like, what the hell are you smoking? And then they were saying, well, how it works is actually during the activities, it's locked out, you can't join. But it's, what the fuck does that matter when literally during the Shadow War, during the Riot, it's already going. Of course you can't join during then, you couldn't anyway. So that literally doesn't matter at all. And they have no response to this as far as I can tell. I think this literally was something they just did not think about and might actually unfortunately be kind of a huge L for clan system. Now, I don't want to go too much drama. I don't want to go too overreact or get too emotional about this whole thing. I don't want people to be like, the game's over or whatever, because it's not. Realistically, this could be fixed by literally just reverting the 12 hours. I don't understand why we needed it to be instantaneous. It seems like just a quality of life fix they literally thought would just be better, but it's factually worse. So if you revert it, all is well in the world once again. So it's really not that big of a deal. But if they go through with this, which it's too late, they're going to go through with it, then the implementation on launch of this is going to be terrible, and they will need to come back and revert this later. That's it. Have a great day.